being underrated is your biggest advantage. There were many times in my basketball career where I was like, I'm underrated, and then I 2x my work ethic again, and next minute I'm basketball school captain. I'm underrated. Next minute I am politicking my way to play just under NBL 1 when I was 23. Underrated. At some point I was 18 playing basketball in the States. Underrated. I remember when I was 17, cold calling US colleges. Cold calling them, pitching myself as a prospect from Australia. And then eventually a few of them would be interested, and I'd send emails and videos of my play time and how I'd look on the court. And I didn't get any interests or offers till 2 weeks before my Year 12 exams in Australia. And it was a variety of Division 2 and Division 3 interests and partial offers and stuff like that. But imagine, do you know how much conviction you have to have at 7? Even to be honest, it even makes me slightly emotional. Like, I'm proud of myself. Like, I've really stood on business for a long time in my life. Imagine being 17, having a vision to play basketball at a certain level since you're 11, 12. You doubted, underestimated, and it's 2 weeks before you're about to finish school. 2 weeks, and you finally get what you were asking for. Not even entirely, but just like, okay, like, thank God, like there's something, But that's what it takes. Being underrated is the best thing that can ever happen to you. For me, when I'm at some of the events that I co-own, I'll see people dressed really, really nicely and fabulously dressed. And I'll know. And they'll treat me with a certain respect because they know either that I co-own it, or they'll just give me respect. And a lot of these people, I'll dress like in a black shirt, with the name of the brand that I'm promoting, whatever event I co-own, and normal shoes, black pants or white pants. One time I overheard this guy saying to me like, hey man, just give me a second, guys. Saying to me, hey man, they were whispering to someone else saying, I think Dami's autistic. Like, I've seen him wear the same thing. And the reason why they said that's because I did not feel the need to put on, right, for anything. I was just doing my part, rocking up, getting work done. But the difference between those that struggle, or those that win and those that don't win, is those that win don't really care about how they look while winning. They're just trying to win. And that's what it takes to win. You can't just be... Just give me a second, guys. All right. You can't just expect to have the number one position straight away. Even having number one position, you have to maintain number one. And many people don't understand. There are years of struggling, looking ugly, even when you have momentum, acting like you don't, or when people know it and you act a bit like you do, still not looking like you don't. Like, I think Alex Hormozi mentioned this, and Robert Greene talks about this in The Laws of Power. There's no real benefit to being accurately assessed or judged. That's why, billionaires will dress like they're not billionaires, and people maybe that have made their first couple million now start getting the Lambos and stuff, even though they've only made a couple million. And that's an example, right? And people that are broke will try to dress some way at the club. Some of this is also mating and status signaling, but I talk about this because a lot of people don't understand. Being underrated is such a gift. Because if it was given to you, then you wouldn't even have the retrospect to be like, what a journey that was, how beautiful. And the older I get and the more experience I get, the more I'm like, I love this game, man. I love that it's hard. I love that I'm challenged. I love that I get tested day in, day out, and now I got to provide for more people, hire more staff. It's a major blessing, guys. So please don't take it for granted. Being underrated is one of the best things that can happen to you. And it's ironic when you are overrated, or when you're rated as, accurately, you'll probably miss the days when you were underrated. Because that will be what you'll be talking about when you've made it. But yeah, I was just a bit of in a reflective mood, and There's so many years and times in my life where I've been severely underrated. I still am in many ways. I'm fortunate now. So many people probably don't think I'm underrated, especially at least in my city, in Melbourne, because I can get into a lot of clubs with just texting the owner, or I can, you know, I've had truthfully success with dating in the last particularly 3 years. You know, I've made some money. I'm nowhere near rich. I spend a lot of the money that I make, to be honest, because of a bigger vision that I have for the agency. You know, just growing and buying courses and investing into mentors, 10K here, 30K here, 20K here, 5K here, you know, traveling to learn. Last year I was doing dating shows across the world, in Asia Pacific more particularly, not across the world, but like in Bali, New Zealand, all across Australia. You know, so I've got stories to tell, and I've got some respect in my city, but, you know, for me, I'm still so underrated, what I can accomplish and what I will build.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you liked it and you got something from it, or even if you didn't, please like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. It really helps the algorithm favor this channel. And the more you support us, the more we can give you guys more extreme levels of value throughout 2025 and beyond. Looking forward to the next episode and being able to serve you guys. And as always, think mega. Take care.